Hey Jason, it's Will. I'm just making a recording of a Hydra kill for you. I did already make one recording, but I didn't do so well, so I'm going to try and do it a little bit better. Maybe leave some of the explanation out from when I'm doing the kill, because it didn't go so well when I tried to do otherwise. So anyway, so there are some highlighted tiles that I've got here. So actually what I'll do is I'll go through what I do when I enter first, just to show you. So I'm going to be very thorough, I'm going to show you everything. So I have Protect from Magic on, I have Preserve, and I have Rigor. Now I don't know whether you've got Rigor or not, but Eagle Eye obviously is your second best bet, but Rigor makes it a lot better here, because obviously RNG makes a massive difference. So and also the reason it's Protect from Magic rather than ranged or whatever is because I've noticed a pattern. He sort of uses magic more often on the first attack than he does ranged, even though it probably is a random chance, but I just noticed that for me it seems to be. And also magic will generally do you more damage, so particularly when you're running in the first attack, you're better off with magic as your toggled protect from, and then later on I'll show you why that's good as well. So that's my protection prayers, my inventory, so ranging potions, antidotes, bit of food, and some Saladin and brews. Now the most important thing to have really is restores, and this method is basically maximizing your kills to the inventory, but also having sort of backup food. So if you will, this is the actual food. Now often I would go like 10 kills and I wouldn't even have touched the Saladin and Bruise yet. Maybe some of this is gone, or most of that's gone, whatever, but like most of the time I'm very efficient with it and I take very little damage here. Now I would have been eaten over, but I got hit by one of the ranged from the Hydras on the way here. But anyway, so I have my Alch runes and some blood runes left over from my last inventory here. That's some teleports to house, Draymond stuff. Now I use Boots of Brimstone because they're the best to sort of here without the diaries done for Pegasian boots to be used. So Barrow's Claws, obviously Blowpipe with Rune Darts. I would highly recommend using Rune over Adamant because the DPS is so much better. Assembler, Anguish, Imbued Slayhelm, Blessing. I would go with Blessed D'hide because the only difference between it and Carol's is that the magic defense isn't as good, but it's got better prayer bonus, which is much more important here. So yeah, I would say probably Armadyl is better than this, but I didn't notice much difference when I was using both. So I just go with this, obviously as a welfare gear at the moment because I don't have a massive bank now. So there's Archer's Ring as well, so that's my setup basically. You can use Boots of Stone instead. I also have Boots of Stone in my bank. I have like 20 of them, and I also have about 25 Draymond staffs, so that whenever I die here, I can just drop the boots and the extra Draymond staff, so that I don't lose any inventory space from gathering my supplies, etc. Now this is, as I say, this is a camping method, so I stay here for 10 to 15 kills. And the reason I do that is because I feel like you get settled more into killing the Hydra if you're in the room for ages and you just have to keep rotating it. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again. I think it's much easier that way. So now onto the room. So I've marked certain tiles to sort of guide where I will stand and the appropriate tiles so that it's more obvious than just watching what I'm doing. Now is actually the perfect time to enter because he's right next to the vent there, so I might just go ahead and do it. But I want to go over a few things sort of before I start. So basically that tile is the tile you want to start on. That one right there is the most important tile to start on because I'm going to drag him straight to the vent. I'm sure you know how to do this, but I'm just going to let you know exactly where I stand. So there. And then he'll attack 3 times at a special attack, and what I tend to do is I tend to stand there, drag him onto the vent, and then after I've killed him once, because there'll be some respawn time, always stand there before he respawns. That way he'll come over and he'll only do one attack, which will give you 2 more attacks to move here to avoid the first special attack. So what you'll do is you'll go there during those 3 attacks, and then you're going to move from here to there, and then you do it on tick so that you dodge the attack. And I'll show you what I mean as well in a minute. And then that's the best place to stand further on, but you'll see me doing that. And then between there and there is the only other part that's really all that technical. So you're just dodging the lightning attack, and there are 2 ways to do it. And the way I use is why there's 3 here rather than just the 1. So what I do is I'll run from there to there, and then I'll run around to there, clicking on that tile, and then to there, and that will avoid the entire lightning attack, but it will also put him on the vent for the next one. I know that when he's blue, it will basically empower him, so he'll probably hit more, but if you're switching prayers perfectly, that won't matter anyway. So yeah, that's basically just what I do to make the run as quick as possible. And then once he's red, I stand there, and if I have to drag him onto the vent a little bit more, I'll move 1 square down or whatever, but that's basically where I usually stand. So that's why all the marked tiles are there. Now I'll get started with the kill now. That's my general explanation. So what I tend to do before I go in, so I'll have an antidote dose and a ranging potion. And since I'm only 99 HP now, I might as well just anglerfish up, because why not? And then quick open, quick press on. So he's using magic, as I suspected, so I didn't take any damage. That's the second attack. Third attack. Now obviously, because that's what I meant by avoid the special attack. Now obviously I took a little bit of damage there because I was slightly too late, but what you normally can do is if you're stood there and you're well in advance because he's just died, so you're waiting for the respawn, you normally have more than enough time to get there, and then you run to here as the attack launches, and that way you avoid basically all damage from that special attack. It can't hit you, because he'll be firing it in that direction rather than at you, so you just completely miss it, which is fantastic. So that's the tile you have to stand on to drag him to the vent here, and obviously just counting the switches at the same time. And what I try to do is I try to wait until I've switched to the next prayer, like now, before I drink a super restore. So that's that done. I'm a little bit rusty, but I am doing my best. And that's another thing there. You can, well, I got lucky there, he didn't hit me. But anyway, that was a bit of a fuck up. I overcounted there. But yeah, no, that's basically what you want to happen, what I've just done there. I think that's the third attack, let's see. Yes, it was. Cool. So, as you can see, that's worked perfectly so far. If I can get him down to 280 health, then he'll skip the first fire phase. No, he didn't. Oh, he did. He did. I just managed it. But unfortunately got hit by that fucking fire attack. 2, 3, 4. Okay, here comes that first special. When there's fire up, it'll only hit 1 square, so you don't need to worry about avoiding the big spray of poison that he normally does. Because the fire is like an invisible wall, so he'll only be able to do 1 attack. But now also, if I don't kill him fast enough, there'll be another special attack, which gets launched on the 13th attack. I'm not quite sure what it is now, as I lost count. There it is, that's the 13th attack. So that's including the first special, so it's technically the 12th regular attack, so after 4 rotations. So basically, he's going to go through that cycle over and over again. The easiest thing to do is to follow exactly what I'm doing, because I watched the best guides that are out there to come up with this tactic, and I've only got 3 seconds until he respawns, fuck's sake. That's magic. See, look how lucky I am with this. So he's on the vent now, so I can move on from that square. That's the 3rd magic attack, I'm pretty sure. Here comes a poison, and because of where I was stood, no damage taken whatsoever. That's very important timing as well. You have to wait for it to be the tick that he's about to send the attack off, not the exact same tick, it's literally like one tick before, but it literally does have to be right at the end of that tick beforehand. I think I need to switch in a sec. I lost count there. One more, I think it is. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, the most important thing is to get the fucking tiles right, sorry. Especially with this one, because there is actually a trick you can do where instead of running away like I have, but I just do that because it's easier, there is actually a trick you can do where you'll avoid all damage, but you have to sort of step into the attack. It was on the Wook's guide. I tried it a few times, I only managed it a few times as well, so I'd just say it's significantly harder than just running away from the attack. And also the other thing is you drag him to the next vent through this, so that I waste like literally no time getting him to this vent now. It's just perfect. Like, oh, that was lucky. I didn't even realise. Damn. I always lose count though. I mean, I'm rusty at the moment and I'm a bit ill as well, so I'm not at my pristine Hydra killing conditions, but yeah, no. I always try to skip that phase, but it just keeps giving me bad RNG whenever I'm on this phase. So I haven't skipped it for the past like 6 kills, I think. So, okay, there we go. Onto the Jad phase. It's 1, 2, 3, that's 4. And again, because there's fire up, he doesn't hit you with a multiple target spray attack there. Now I've lost count again, but I think I'm at about 8 or 10 now. So there should be a second poison attack coming up soon. But normally what I'll do, because I won't be talking normally when I'm doing Hydra, I count the attacks all the way up to 13, because that'll be the time when he uses that. Oh my god, what a drop. That's alright, isn't it? Right, anyway, that was just to show you the way I do it, and hopefully make things slightly easier for you. Thank you very much.